So as ons daai ene aangedui het, kan ons nou gaan en die vraag gaan beantwoord. But I first want to show you guys the alternative way of calculating the coordinates of the turning point. Okay, goed. En om dit te doen, gaan ek vir julle vra, skryf vir my die vergelyking van die symmetry as. Write down the equation of the axis of symmetry. So wat ons gesê loop die symmetry as deur. We said that the axis of symmetry goes through the x value of the turning point, né? Hy loop so. And that one will be x is equal to 5/2. Né? Nou van dit af wil ek gou vir julle wys wat 'n ander manier is om die koördinate van die draaipunt te kry, because if you have the x-intercepts, which you guys can find easily by just saying y is equal to 0 and you factorize and you solve, then the definition of the axis of symmetry is that it must be halfway between the two x-intercepts. Hy moet in die middel van hulle twee afloop, anders is hy mos nie 'n as van symmetrie nie. It has to be symmetrical on that axis. So 'n ander manier om by daai uit te kom is jy kan sê die x-waarde van die draaipunt is gelyk aan -1 plus 6 gedeel deur 2. Because we're looking for the place halfway between the two. So I add the two together and I divide it by 2. And that will also give you 5/2. So as jy dit so wil doen, mag jy ook. So jy kan kwadraatsvoltooiing doen wat ons nog gaan doen, of jy kan daai minus b op 2a gebruik. Hy's 'n bietjie van 'n safe method vir my want hy werk altyd. Of jy kan hierdie metode gebruik en sê as jy jou 2x afsnitte het, dan halfpad tussen hulle twee gaan jou draaipunt moet wees. And then to find the y value, you just substitute back into the original formula, la-di-da. Okay. Goed. Daar is die vergelyking van die symmetrie as. Find the domain, die definisieversameling. It's always the same for a parabola. Yes. Almal by? En vind vir my die waardeversameling. Close? That's not completely correct, but it's close. Bigger or equal. Remember, the parabola exists on the turning point, né? Hy draai mos op die draaipunt, so hy bestaan daar. Mooi. Almal happy met daai? We get to more difficult questions later, but for now, that is already, those are a lot of marks that you have to get. Lekker maklike punte. Okay. Goed. Ek gaan hom saam met julle doen. Because there is a little bit of theory there, which I think you guys should know, but let's just make sure you know it. Okay. So hulle sê vir jou, ons het hierdie keer twee grafieke. Die een grafiek is f van x is gelyk aan minus x² plus 4x plus 12. And the other graph is g of x is equal to 4x plus 8. So ons het twee grafieke en ons gaan hulle al twee gelyk teken op dieselfde as 'n stelsel. Okay. Do you guys agree that this is a parabola with a shape like this? Nee? Terwyl hierdie ene gaan 'n reguit lyn wees met 'n stygende vorm. Nee? Sien julle dis 'n reguit lyn? Okay, so kom ons teken sommer eers die reguit lyn, because you should be familiar with that. Wat is sy y-afsnit? 8, en om sy x-afsnit te kry, gaan ons net y gelykstel aan 0. Stem julle saam, hy sny die x-as by -2. En daai is die grafiek van G, which is a straight line. Okay. Nou kom ons doen gou die parabool saam. So, you guys agreed, I'll get back to the sketch now, you guys agreed that that is the shape. Wat is die volgende ding wat ons kort? Y-intercept, and where will that be? It will be at 0 and 12, né? Goed, wat's volgende? X-afsnitte, en hoe kry ons die X-afsnitte? Ons stel y gelyk aan 0. So ons het 0 is gelyk aan minus x kwadraat plus 4x plus 12. And because you have set it equal to 0, you are now allowed to divide by -1, which makes this one a bit easier to factorize. It's important that you see that they share one x-intercept. So my straight line also cut the x-axis at -2. Sien julle? So as ek hulle nou mag gaan teken op dieselfde as 'n stelsel, dan moet ek seker maak hulle sny op dieselfde plek. It can't be at two different points. Okay. Goed, en die vierde ding wat ons moet doen is die draaipunt. So I'm going to use this formula. Wat is die waarde van B? It's not -4. You have to take it from the original equation. Remember, this one is after I've times it by -1. It's 4. So, all of you with me with that? Hoe kry ons dan die y-waarde van die draaipunt? Good, we substitute it back into the original equation, which means you can write it like that. So you substitute 2 into f. You guys see, I don't put the minus in the bracket as well. So it's -4. So my turning point will be at 2 and 16. Okay. Kom ons gaan dui al hierdie goeders aan. So we know, ek gaan net hierdie een 'n bietjie langer maak want hy sny bo dit. We know it's at -2 as well, and we know it's at 6. We also know that he cuts here at 12. And my turning point is at 2 and 16. Okay. I'm going to show you how to do one more thing on this sketch, and then I'm going to call it a day and just give you one to do for homework. Okay. Want hulle vra ook vir jou, dui die afsnitte met die asse sowel as enige draaipunte aan, but the other thing that we are going to include now is we are going to include the intercepts of the two graphs. So ons gaan aandui waar hierdie twee grafieke mekaar sny. Now this is very important. If you want to solve for the places where two graphs intercept one another, you set the two graphs equal to one another. En dit gaan altyd waar wees graad 11. So dit is 'n tool wat jy moet leer. Because at the points where the two graphs intercept, it is the place where f of x is the same as g of x. F of x is mos die een grafiek se naam en g van x is die ander grafiek se naam. So dit is die plek waar hierdie twee grafieke gelyk is aan mekaar. And we can solve that. So, the equation of f of x was negative x squared plus 4x plus 12, and g of x was 4x plus 8. Almal nog by? And that I can rewrite as an equation that I can solve. Want ek kan nou gaan sê, hierdie grafieke sny mekaar waar x gelyk is aan 2 en waar x gelyk is aan -2. But remember, we need it in a coordinate form. So I'm going to go and substitute it back. And the easiest one to substitute it back into is the straight line. Jy kan hom in enigeen van die twee gaan instel, want hierdie punt lê mos op al twee die grafieke. Want dis waar hulle mekaar sny, maar dis makliker om dit in g van x in te stel. So hulle sny mekaar by die punt 2 en 16. Sien julle, dit is 'n punt wat klaar op my grafiek is. Hy's een van my draaipunte. En hulle sny mekaar